Blessings to you, love and light. Namaste. Reverend Raven Nightclaw HP here. This is for the online Halloween spiritual retreat. I don't know if anyone else is going to be coming in here being a guest, but I will do my best and bring things forward. Okay. Chat is open. Again, chat is open. The first thing that I'd like to discuss, or actually talk about, is I was looking up in Wikipedia and I found something really interesting. This specifically has to do with the Salem witch trials. Ooh, the Salem witch trials. Okay, it says here that the Salem witch trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions of people accused of witchcraft in colonial Massachusetts between February 1692 and May of 1693. The trials resulted in the executions of 20 people. 14 of them were women, and all but one by hanging. Five others, including two infant children, died in prison. 12 other women had previously been executed in Massachusetts and Connecticut during the 17th century. Despite being generally known as the Salem witch trials, the preliminary hearings in 1962 were conducted in several towns. Salem Village, which is now Danvers, Salem Town, Ipswich, and Andover. The most infamous trials were conducted by the Court of Oyer and Terminer in 1962 in Salem Town. The episodes is one of the colonial America's most notorious cases of mass hysteria. It has been used in political rhetoric and political literature as a vivid cautionary tale about the dangers of isolationism, religious extremism, false accusations, and lapse in due process. It is not unique, but a colonial American example of the much broader phenomenon of the witch trials is in the early modern period, which took place also in Europe. Many historians considered the lasting effects of the trials to have been highly influential in subsequent United States history. According to a historian, George Lincoln Burr, the Salem witchcraft was the rock on which the theocracy shattered. At the 300th anniversary events in 1992, to commemorate the victims of the trial, a park was dedicated in Salem and a memorial in Danvers in November of 2001. The Massachusetts legislature passed an act exonerating all of those convicted and listed them by name, including some persons rather, left out of earlier actions. In let's see, November of 2001, the Massachusetts legislature passed an act exonerating all of those convicted of past, yeah, including some persons left out of earlier actions. In January of 2016, the University of Virginia announced its Gallows Hill project team had determined that the executions site in Salem, where the 19 witches have been hanged. The town owns the site and is planning a memorial to its victims. Blessings to them, love and light. Namaste. Um, just checking in here, seeing how many viewers. Okay, awesome, awesome. Again, chat is open. Chat is open. All right, so let's see. This talks about claim witchcraft executions, local context, religious context, and a whole bunch of other stuff that may in turn be boring or some other things that may not want to be heard. There's a lot of stuff here on the Salem witch trials. See, the thing is that with these trials, I mean, this is, it just goes to show that any religion can have extreme situations. However, I do now have a story. I guess you could consider it urban legend. This is something that's very connected to me. Just checking on chat real quick, seeing if any chat comes up. This one here is the Jersey Devil. I'm going to read this in its entirety, and you can always post your comments or talk about something or make a discussion topic or afterwards. So it says here that the story of the Jersey Devil has become layered with myths and variations obscuring the original events that gave rise to it. Not surprising, considering the story comes from colonial era political intrigue, Quaker religious infighting, and a future founding father. Most skeptics and students out of the Otra, Oder, know the story of the Jersey Devil. Sometimes in the early part of the 18th century in New Jersey, called the Pine Barrens, a woman known as Mother Leeds gave birth to her 13th child and cried out, "Oh, let this one be a devil." The child arrived with horse-like head and bat-like wings. It yelped menacingly and flew up and out of the chimney, disappearing into the dark to spend the centuries accosting anyone unfortunate enough to encounter it. The commonly held story of the Jersey Devil bears no resemblance to any sort of reality, however. The story is born not of a blaspheming mother, but of colonial era political intrigues. Quaker religions infighting, almanac publishing, a cross-dressing royal governor, family reputations, and Benjamin Franklin. This is actually csicop.org. It says there are legions of books and websites devoted to the Jersey Devil, but they rehash material or copy other websites without any attempt to verify sources or check original materials. If you looked to the historical records with the keyword of Jersey Devil, you will find little factual or reliable evidence. Reviews of newspapers, pamphlets, and broadsides from colonial New Jersey show no preference or references to a Leeds devil. See below. All right. See below. All right. Let's see. Or anything like it. Reports of children killed by the creature or an attempt by a local clergyman to exorcise the Leeds devil in the 18th century have no supporting documentation. Also, the central protagonists, the Quakers, did not perform exorcisms. As a result, the story of the Jersey Devil's origin has been shrouded in monster tales that obscure the far more interesting historical events. Here is a reassessment of the mythos. The Egyptian connections to my heritage. The European settlement of New Jersey, originally named Nova Caesarea, began in the 1620s. Settlers came predominantly from England. They were mostly members of the Religious Order Society of Friends, commonly known as Quakers. They were delighted to discover large tracts of land, all but empty of people, nestled between Manhattan and Philadelphia. The first royal governor of New Jersey, Edward Hyde, Lord Cornbury, is remembered as one of the most vilified and hated governors of colonial America. He also stands accused of being a cross-dresser. A portrait believed to be Cornbury hangs in New York Historical Society, as his aunt, Queen Anne. However, a recent reprisal of the gubernatorial career shows there is little but slander and innuendo concerning Cornbury's cross-dressing. Regardless of whether Cornbury was a fiscal scoundrel or cross-dresser, his connection to the New Jersey Devil story is, well, let's just say tangential, but important. When Lord Cornbury receives his orders to take charge of New Jersey in 1702, the document included a list of counselors, one of whom was Daniel Leeds, 1651 to 1720. Born in Leeds, England, Daniel Leeds arrived in Burlington in 1677. A devoted Quaker, he claimed to have had ecstatic visions as a young man. His first wife died while in England, so he married a second time in 1681. This wife, Anne Stacy, gave birth to a daughter, though neither survived the birth. He then married Dorothy Young, who also died, though not before producing 8 children in 1699. He married a final time to Jane Abbott Smoot. In 1682, Daniel Leeds joined the local assembly. He also held the title of Surveyor General. In the 1690s, he survived and acquired land in the Great Egg Harbor near the Atlantic coast. He handed this property down to one of his sons as a family seat, and it came to be known as Leeds Point, the location most associated with the Jersey Devil legend. Okay, this talks about the Leeds Almanac. It says Daniel Leeds began publishing an almanac in 1687. It was printed by the Englishman William Bradford in 1663 to 1752. One of the colonial American first printers. The Leeds astrological data did not please all his readers. Several members of the Quaker meeting complained that Leeds had used inappropriate language and astrological symbols and names that were too pagan, quote unquote. The notion of predicting the movements of the heavens did not sit well with the Quaker theology. He went to the next meeting and publicly apologized. To his surprise, an order was sent out to collect up all the copies of the almanac not in circulation and destroy them. Daniel Leeds determined privately to break with the Friends and continue his almanac. Let's see, brimming with the need to get his ideas out and growing resentment of his fellow Quakers, Leeds put together a book called The Temple of Wisdom in 1688. Leeds paraphrased and outright copied large sections of other authors to cobble together a personal cosmology. He included sections on angels, natural magic, astrology, and the behavior of devils. The source he drew up was most of the work. They don't know how to freaking write. I'll tell you that. The source he drew up upon most was the work of the general mystic Jacob Boehme, 1575 to 1624, whose first book, Aurora, 1612, was considered heretical. Boehme's writing focused upon the nature of sin and redemption. Leeds saw Boehme as a kindred spirit, a self-taught man who, like himself, has experienced ecstatic visions, been called before religious authorities for his work, and rebelled against the establishment. Defending his astrological writings using Boehme's words, Leeds said, "Everyone that will speak or teach of divine mysteries, that we have the Spirit of God." Taken in the aggregate, the published work of Daniel Leeds shows him to be Christian occultist. He was no dark magician. He used astrology to gain deeper insight into the workings of God and the meaning of Christianity. The readers of his work would have been unfamiliar with the esoteric nature of his writings, so they saw more occultist than Christian in him. The Quaker Philadelphia meeting independently suppressed Leeds' book. Now at odds with the Friends, Leeds produced the first in a line of outright anti-Quaker tracts, The Trumpet Sounded Out of the Wilderness of America, 1699. Leeds argued that Quaker theology denied the divinity of Christ, and he accused Quakers of being anti-monarchists. He left the Quakers in part because he said they formally exclaimed against the government of England. Leeds was heavily invested in local politics, leaning towards royal authority. In one instance, Leeds advised Lord Cornbury to not swear in several numbers appointed to the assembly by local election. The rest of the assembly complained to Cornbury about these groundless accusations, but to no avail. The Quakers saw the Anglican Governor Cornbury as a local tyrant representing the larger empire who sought to keep them under control and who opposed their religion. Now let's pause for a minute. Okay, let's pause. Just going to check into this, go into YouTube, and I'm going to attempt to see if my live video is actually being shown. And yes, it is. Okay. So I am going to share. I'm going to share the YouTube video. I'm going to share it on my wall. Okay. Yep. All right. So we are there. Anyone who wishes to share this live video can do so at any time. Again, the live chat is open. Again, the live chat is open. Okay. So we can go ahead and continue our discussion here. Okay. Continue the discussion. Okay. So at this time, all things are good. All things are grand. I'm just looking to see what's what here. All right. So, as I said, I mean, the Jersey Devil, this is just, I don't know, this may be just a personal account. I thought it was the actual real story, the myth of the Jersey Devil, but apparently not. Let's see. I'm going to attempt to find it now. Okay, two viewers, you guys, hopefully you can see chat up there. Chat's there for you to use. Okay, so feel free. I'm also able to do readings here, quick reads, and other discussion topics. If you're looking to join, I would suggest to go here. I'm going to put a link in there. Hang on, I'm going to post this on Facebook too. Got to go on the retreat here and see what's what. All right, let's see. And the other link that I'm giving right now is signing into Google Hangouts, and that will allow you to come on to the live video and live video feed. Okay, I'm also going to post this link here. Here is the link to participate in the event live video feed. All right. So that's that part. All right. And we'll see. Chat's open. Just so you guys know, chat is open. Okay, you can use this link here. I'll paste it here to go ahead and get on the live video. We can go from there. But I would actually like to talk about some of my experiences. However, I'm just looking to see if there's going to be someone else coming in and being part of the show. All right. Well, again, I know I'm not super dressed up in, in Halloween garb or anything like that. However, it might be a really great idea to have more people come in here. You can share this video. We can discuss some things. This is one of the only one things here um, that we're going to be doing this evening, apparently. Um, I'm actually because Unexplained Mysteries, a Jersey Devil. Okay, I like this one better. I'm going to use this one instead. So why is it that I'm not able to let's see, live video feed? Okay, let me see. That's weird. I'm going to share this to a group, to my group. Okay, anyone wishes to become a part of the actual video feed, please feel free. Use the link here, or if you're on the page, just feel free to add yourself at any time. Okay. Talk about your experiences, spiritual experiences, things like that. You know, um, looks like the couple of people that um, that I had planned to come into the live video, either A, hasn't showed up yet, or B, may not be coming. All right, let's see. Anybody? I don't like Google Hangouts, do they? Hmm. I'm checking in here. Okay. Oh, anybody want to use chat? There's no viewers. Oh, well, I should probably do a live video then.